Good morning, church. Today we celebrate 171 years of ministry. Prior to 1853, the enslaved people most likely residing at the Manny Plantation, which is Oakland's mansion, would attend church services with their white enslavers at their First Baptist Church. After some time, they would begin worshiping on their own, meeting in the Bethel community. In 1853, 10 years prior to Emancipation Proclamation, 12 founding deacons established the first colored Baptist church. After some time, they would save the funds to purchase the old First Baptist Church in 1879. In 1872, the National Baptist Convention met here at First Baptist. During the convention, there were some members who wanted to remain with the Morris session, while others wanted to switch to the Boyd session. A gentleman's agreement was reached, and those favoring the Morris session left peacefully to form the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, currently located at the corner of Maple and Lytle Streets. The church voted to remain with the Boyd session instead of changing sessions with the desires of each new pastor. Today, our association is with the Stones River District Association, Tennessee Baptist Missionary and Educational Convention, Incorporated, and the National Baptist Convention, USA, Incorporated. Unfortunately, this church burned along with all of our church records on January 28, 1940. But not to be deterred, the congregation worshiped at Holloway High School during the year it took them to restore it. They returned to the church in 1941, and the church was located at the corner of Sevier and Spring Street. In 1949, this church was purchased by the Murfreesboro Housing Authority, an urban renewal and redevelopment project. The church sold for $35,950. This money allowed us to relocate to our current site here at 738 East Castle Street. This structure was completed in 1953. Bricks from the old church were cleaned and used to brick the new church. Reverend R.T. Sanders pastored from 1941 to 1954. He was at odds with many of the members over the leadership within the church. He padlocked the church to prevent services from going on. However, this was against the law, and police authorities were called to break the lock. There were those members who agreed with Reverend Sanders' leadership plans and left to establish the Providence Missionary Baptist Church, currently located on East State Street. Nearly half of the membership followed Reverend Sanders. Reverend Grady Donald and Reverend B.C. Goodo would serve between 1954 and 1961. Reverend Richard W. Gordon was called to pastor the church from 1961 to 2004. He referred to himself as a flat-footed preacher from Owensboro, Kentucky. It was his vision to build this sanctuary. A very small congregation of about 200 members committed themselves to the $1.6 million construction. When it was completed, he retired, informing the congregation that God had told him to build it, and now we needed to find a young man to fill the church. Reverend Gordon continued to serve as pastor emeritus until his death, December 23, 2018. Dr. Al Carter oversaw the construction of the church, and Deacon Walter Harris served as finance chairman. We held the dedication services December 3, 2003. After an extensive nationwide pastor search, the church called Reverend James M. McCarroll to pastor the church, and he was installed September 24, 2006, and the rest is history. Not only has our church grown in number, but God has allowed us to prosper. And by the way, that $1.6 million indebtedness, well, we burned the mortgage on this building May 21st, 2017. Currently, we have purchased 6 properties on Castle and Bilbro Street in preparation for parking expansion. Today, we stand on the shoulders of those 12 deacons who stepped out on faith in 1853. God has blessed this church family not only to survive for 171 years, but to thrive. So today, we celebrate 171 years of ministry. Happy anniversary, First Baptist.